Hey, it's Ron from Michigan Pines, and today we're taking the 2020 Tremor out to Bill Brown Ford to see PTT with ARod, and he's going to turn some things on the truck that I was wishing Ford turned on, and so I'll be able to see and look at what the diesel particulate filter is doing, and also we're probably going to get some maintenance done as long as he has time, because I'm due up for my first oil change, and we'll have that done and see what everything's about over there. So let's grab the keys and let's head out. So there's the big boy, the 2020 Tremor. Loving it. Every second of it. The diesel's awesome. Really happy with everything so far. Again, one of my favorites is this antenna. It looks awesome. Happy with how it looks. Love the bed cover. Extang, but my favorite. Oh, I have to bring in the B&W hitch. I'll probably show a little more of that in the future. And my absolute favorite is still this tailgate assist. Just drops so nice and smooth instead of it slamming down. Such an easy upgrade. It was like, I think, $17 on Amazon. Actually, it might have been $30 on Amazon. I think the antenna was 17, or vice versa, but you got that in the other video. But absolutely my favorite. So come with me, we're gonna take off. See what they're all about. No problem, buddy. So if you come down through here, it's a little blurry. You have all these options. Engineer filter monitor, oil life, diesel exhaust fluid gauge, which is nice to know how much farther you have on it. Let's go down to that. 9,000 miles I still have, that's awesome. And tire pressure monitor. So one thing I'm missing is a diesel particulate filter gauge that lets you know, especially when you're regenning, how far you are away from being done with the regen, so you don't just drive pointlessly because you went too far. So what we're going to be doing is turning that on, and PowerStroke Tech Talk with ARod is going to help us out with that. So we're going to go up, because he actually works right next to where I work, and it works out kind of good because today is Veterans Day, and just want to give a shout out to all the veterans and thank you for your service. Thank you that we can live and be free in this country, and thank you for your sacrifice. And we really appreciate you, and we love America over here at Michigan Pines. So come for a ride with us, and let's see how this goes. Hey, so we're here with PTT with ARod. He hooked me up on my 2020. It's parked next to his truck, and his truck is looking sweet. And we're gonna actually do an oil change on this truck. So hang tight, and we'll show you everything that got done in just a little bit. So as you can see in the dash, what PTT with ARod added was what's highlighted right now. It says diesel exhaust filter percentage. One thing that you can't see when you initially get the truck is that, and so when the truck regens, you don't know when it's starting, you don't know when it's stopping, and now that you can see this gauge, you'll know exactly what's going on with the regen modes and how far to go, and know exactly where your diesel particulate filter is at, which is vital in the health of the truck. So really glad I was able to get that set up, and going to be a great addition to the truck. All right, we are back home after going to Bill Brown Ford. The Tremor is all hooked up. We got a fresh oil change. There's that beautiful 6.7. Fresh oil change. Lubed the front axles. Filled up the DEF. Looking good. Make sure you check them out. PowerStroke Tech Talk with ARod and Bill Brown Ford. Hooked us up. Got a fresh oil change. You see the new oil filter, brand new white Ford Motorcraft. All nice and clean. Does a great job. Come over here. Let your oil fill. Nut, everything is clean as a whistle. Does just great work on the oil change. Real happy. Everything's looking good underneath. No leaks. Definitely wanted to check the trans pan right there. Ford's had some issues with their 10 speeds. No problems here. Everything's working great. Last but not least, but this is where you fill up your DEF fluid. It's one thing that they did with the service. Made sure that I was all filled up, ready to go for probably another 10,000 miles. Okay, so the regen cycle on the diesel is what cleans out your diesel particulate filter, and that's the after treatment that keeps the soot from getting in the air that the EPA commands. This truck is not deleted. I've kept all the EPA emissions on it, want to stay compliant. So the big thing is for the health of your engine, you want to make sure that diesel particulate filter gets cleaned out, and that's what's called the regen cycle. And what happens is you can't see in the truck, in the dash, like where your diesel particulate filter, the full percentage is. And so now that that's turned on, I can see exactly where it's at. And like what used to happen is the truck won't tell you when it's regenning, and the truck has to be fully warmed up. So I would be coming home from work, and just before I'm getting off on my exit, the truck would go into regen. And it's a bad idea to turn that off. Or to stop it in the middle of a regen cycle, because it allows that filter to constantly get more and more clogged up, which will eventually shut your truck down, which a lot of guys know about. So I would have to stay on the freeway and just guess and keep going and guess how far I have to go before the regen turns off. But now that I have this regen percentage status in the dash, I know exactly where I'm at. I know exactly pretty much when it's going to go into regen, because it does when it gets close to 100%, and I'll know how far I need to go as the percentage comes down, and I'll be able to keep the diesel particulate filter nice and clean and healthy, and the rest of the truck healthy as well. Okay, so two of the things that we did this week: we had the first oil change done, we had the front axle lubed, and we had the diesel particulate filter percentage turned on in the dash. So that's what we had done in the truck this week. More great things to come, but thanks for checking into Michigan Pines, and we will see you soon.